Get over here!
I will never get over how unbelievably adorable this is.
I think Kirby's over it. he is nonplussed.
Yeah, he'll wake up in a second. Kirby! There you go. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of Let's Play Kirby's Epic Yarn. I'm the Green Scorpion.
I'm the ComicFoil.
We haven't done a lot in this room yet, have we? I mean, we
Is
have,
that a beanbag chair?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I just thought it was like, I don't know, a gumdrop or something.
I mean, maybe it's a beanbag chair shaped like a gumdrop?
Whose room is this?
This is Kirby's.
Oh, when did we get all this stuff?
Yeah, I bought it. We did this like a while ago, dude.
I do not even remember this happening.
Admittedly, this was before we stopped, we kind of got interrupted.
The great data loss of 2017.
Yep. I don't know about you, but I'm actually digging this carpet. Like,
yeah, me too.
It's a good color, and, like, the color actually looks really cool behind Kirby.
I want to, like, walk around in my socks on it. Really bad. I bet this is really, like, foot-pleasing carpet.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a little more with this room after we get some more stuff. I've seen, like, people just fill this room to the brim with stuff. I don't really like doing that. I actually like to keep things, like, nice and tidy, so that's why it actually kind of looks like a decent room.
Quick question.
Yes?
Is Kirby wearing socks or shoes? What? He has red feet. Are those just what his feet look like, or is he wearing some type of footwear?
I'm going to guess that's what his feet look like.
Okay, I don't...
Cause look at yeah, you saw you saw Prince Fluff there. He has practically the same thing.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was, like, even if he doesn't take them on and off, maybe it's like the Mickey Mouse gloves, kind of, like they're just kind of a part of who he is, but they're still clothes.
Yeah, something like that. Alright, so I'm actually just going to skip all going this, and we're just going to head straight for Waterland is next.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to do, like, side quests or something.
I think we can probably do that maybe either at the end of the episode or maybe the next episode. But
okay.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get to that later.
Alright.
But yeah, last time we finished Treatland, so now here we are in Waterland. Although, if I remember correct, did we do the bonus mission?
I think we did.
We did, right? I'm sorry, I'm just gonna double check.
This is the beginning of a new play session for us, so we don't know what's going on yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did all of the stuffs here.
I'm pretty sure we did too, but I just want to be thorough, you know. Yeah, we did the Dark Manor, and the boss fight was, I believe, not Coco Station, right up here,
yeah,
Squashini.
I can tell it's killing you that you can't just, like, mash A and float up.
Yeah, kinda. Like, there's no floating in this game. It's like a parachute.
Oscar's been playing some Star Allies.
Yes, and it is a fantastic game. We got plans for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, here we're gonna go to Splash Beach. I love the water levels in this game, by the way, actually, which is not common to say.
Hooray for good water levels.
Amen to that. All right, let's go ahead and start with the first question, shall we?
All right. So this question comes from the Masked Mewtwo.
The Masked Mewtwo?
Yes.
All right.
Who asks, what's the best way for me to send you guys fan art? More of a utility question than I usually bring to here, but
I mean, that is a good question, though.
I was kind of wondering this too, though. How can I see fan art that people want to draw of us?
Well, usually for me, the best way to do it is either through Twitter or Tumblr. Because I've been checking Twitter and Tumblr fairly, consistently. I'm not as active on it as other people are, but, yes, I do check, Twitter and Tumblr, every now and then. Those are usually the best way for, people to send me stuff. I've seen people do fan art of me, and you, actually.
Yeah, I've shown up in a couple.
On Tumblr mainly,
Which
so...
makes me happier than you guys would believe.
Yeah, no, dude, the cool thing is, like, it was actually really good art, too. Like, it was, like, very, very well done. But yeah, I would like to say that, Tumblr, specifically, is the best way to do it, but Twitter is also a really good way to do it. Both of those ways, like, so whichever you prefer, it's entirely up to you. Oh, hi.
Oh. Huh.
Oh, this music!
Oh, we got, like, a bit of a samba going here.
Yeah, this is, like, beach music and
For a
whatnot.
water level, this is a lot of sky happening.
Well, we're getting to that. Alright, but yeah, if you guys want to send me fan art of, like, either me or ComicFoil or anything else, really, just go ahead. Like, Twitter and Tumblr I would prefer Twitter, personally, because, one, that's the one I check more often, and two, it's a little more, family-friendly, I guess you could say.
Green Scorpion also has a Facebook page, too. The links to all those things are in the description.
Yes, thank you very much. The thing is, like, people don't really use, Facebook as often as I would like, unfortunately.
It's kind of going out the door for this sort of fandom following.
Exactly, which, like, is okay, but I personally prefer Facebook. But, in terms of just, like, everything, like, to connect with everyone else and to send me stuff, yeah, I think Twitter would be the best platform for that. So, yeah, thank you for letting me know about that. So, yeah, if you guys want to know about that, then there you go.
Feel free to draw me. Flattery will get you everywhere with me.
Especially with something like this. Alright, so, yeah, thank you very much. Next question?
Okay, this one comes from Bao Nguyen. Who is your favorite final boss in the Kirby series?
Ooh, alright. Favorite final boss
now,
in the Kirby series.
You've played Star Allies already. I am trying to keep myself unspoiled still for Star Allies.
I'm not going to include Star Allies final boss for this discussion.
Okay.
But in terms of my favorite final boss in the Kirby series, oh gosh, that guy hurts.
Oh, also, I don't know, how much do we want to be spoilery with this? Because some of them are kind of surprises.
I don't know. I'm pretty confident that the games that we're going to be talking about in terms of this discussion have been out long enough that we can talk about it. Even Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
Yeah, so I guess...
like there's Kirby Robobot with Star Dream. That was a freaking intense boss fight, not gonna lie.
Personally, I would say Kirby's Return to Dreamland, Megalore.
Magalore's a very good one.
I also really like Superstar Ultra's Marks.
Marks was messed up. Just gonna say.
Yeah. And I really like
man.
Zero 2 from Crystal Stars, but that's more because of the music, I think, than the actual gameplay. But it is, like, great atmosphere.
Oh, no, absolutely. Also, Zero 2 is just famous for being a relatively disturbing boss for a Kirby
Most
game.
Kirby final bosses are.
Yeah, when you really think about it, like, a lot of Kirby's villains are absolutely messed up.
Even Star Dream gets a little bit, like, I don't know, you're really beating the crap out of it by the end. Mm-hmm. It cries
and
while
like,
you hit
let's remember that Star Dream, I think Star Dream actually, like, is a nod to Kirby Superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, Star Dream started there, and then all of a sudden it shows up in Planet Robobot. In terms of my personal favorite, I would have to say... Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you on this one. Magalore was just a fantastic final fight.
Yeah, and I think just the music does really well. Most Kirby final bosses also have amazing music, too.
Mm-hmm. In terms of my favorite final boss... Like, I'll actually extend that one. I think Magalore is my favorite final boss, like, in terms of just, like, being a boss fight. My favorite music? My favorite final boss music from the Kirby series? Sectonia.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Moonstruck Blossom is a fantastic song.
I don't know why I didn't think of that one.
Like... It's not like... The boss itself was really good, too. But, I'm sorry, Moonstruck Blossom and Sectonia's Soul are fantastic themes. Like, they are just wonderful pieces of music. But, yeah. That's pretty much my consensus on it.
If I had to pick the full package, I would say Megalore.
Full package... Yeah, I would agree to that. By the way, this is really cool.
That's how water works.
Uh-huh. But yeah, like, full package, Magalore. Gameplay-wise, again, Magalore. Music-wise, though, Sectonia.
Though Magalore still has great music.
Oh, no, it does.
When a game can do the, like, remix of the game's main theme for the final boss, that's just the best for me.
Mm-hmm. What are other good examples of that? I guess we can probably discuss that later.
Megalore is kind of my go-to example for that. But...
Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and discuss that later.
Yeah.
We do have more questions to answer.
We do. So
Alright,
how about... Moon Angel Fire asks, did you ever play The Lost Vikings on either Super Nintendo or Genesis?
I have not. It's one of those games that never really interested me at first. Now that I have more gaming, like, experience and, like, gaming knowledge, I suppose you could say, it is a game that has garnered my interest, but it wasn't high on my priority list.
It's a fun hidden gem.
That's what I keep hearing. Like,
I'm really glad they put they put the Lost Vikings as a hero in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah,
Because-
I do remember that.
Because it was made by Blizzard.
Uh-huh. But yeah, like, if I ever come around to it, I think, like, yeah, it might be one of those games that I should try out eventually. Right now, I'm keeping myself busy with Kirby Star Allies, Bayonetta 2, and, I'm still trying to get all the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, like, I'm playing this, I'm playing The Wolf Among Us with Amber.
I'm the same way. I'm always playing like 13 different games at a time.
Exactly. Like, I'm going through another game with one of my patrons right now, so look out for that project, as well as, I'm gonna be doing, another game with, Pad, as well,
Yeah.
so... lots of games to play. And, the Switch is certainly keeping my list, occupied, because I pre-ordered all those games. Not all of them,
You're
but...
a madman.
I'm sorry! That's just, like... You know I'm gonna be playing, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition once it
Yeah.
comes out. Oh, I love this level. Alright, so... I think we can go on to the next question, but yeah.
You got it. This one coming from Julian Godoy.
Alright.
Not sure on the pronunciation on that. I apologize. Least favorite anime. Least favorite anime.
Least favorite anime. I know bad anime. A least favorite, though, that's hard to gauge because, like, there's just so many of them.
Okay, so I'm going to make a rule of, like, you have to have actually watched a few episodes. Not like, oh, I'm aware of this and it makes me angry.
Right.
Like, you tried to watch it for any number of episodes.
And it just didn't gel with me.
Yeah.
Honestly, one that I can think of off the top of my head, and this is an extremely unpopular opinion, actually, I can't get behind watching Fooly Cooly.
Okay.
I am not a fan of that show at all.
It is definitely more of an art piece than an enjoyable show, but...
Like, I understand where they were going with it, but... I can't watch it. It's too crazy for me.
I'm overdue for a rewatch of Fooly Cooly.
What's your opinion on it?
I guess the only one that I've watched extensively would be Ranma 1/2.
Uh-huh.
Because that was our friend Dylan, who lives
Yeah.
in Philly, one of his friends showed it to him, and that's like one of their, like, get drunk and watch something weird. So they would watch Ranma 1/2. That's the one where the,
Well, that pretty much sets a precedent for what it's like.
that's the one where the character Ranma is a boy who turns into a girl when exposed to cold water, and turns into a boy again when exposed to warm water.
Oh yeah, I think I actually do remember seeing something like that.
And he's in an arranged marriage and hijinks ensues.
Uh-huh.
Though it is kind of... It's exactly what was advertised to me. Like, it is really weird and stupid.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, I've seen really weird and stupid anime before. Like, I mentioned before on this series of, like, Q&As that I actually enjoy an anime called Azumanga Daioh.
Okay.
And Azumanga Daioh is stupid as all get out. But I enjoy it for something. Like, stupid can be entertaining. And, like, I will always enforce that. That being said, I can only take so much stupidity, and Fooly Cooly has definitely tried that limit for me, unfortunately.
On the subject of anime that's supposed to be taken seriously, this might be a controversial opinion, but Bleach... Guys, if you like it, I don't want to take that away from you, but Bleach is garbage.
It kind of is.
It's a terrible, terrible show.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I actually do appreciate, Bleach for one reason, and it's kind of a shame that I only like it for this reason. It's the music.
I'm only bringing this up for the sake of being controversial.
I love this, by the way.
Dolphin Kirby.
Yes.
Echo the Kirby.
No, I'm sorry. This ability is fantastic. Like, it just feels so smooth.
My favorite trick to play on people is to show them, like, the first 4 episodes of Bleach, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can kind of get into this. I like this. There's this Chad guy who's quiet, but, like, really strong, and Oryu's kind of neat, and Orihime. Okay, I'm understanding this cast. Let's see what adventures they get on. And then show them the first episode of, like, season 4.
Yeah.
And it's like, who the hell are all these people? This one random town in Japan just keeps collecting weird people, and you have to check in on all of them every season.
Exactly. That's That's the thing about Bleach. It doesn't know what it wants to do with itself.
It cares about its story a little bit too much, and there's too much going on with it.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you like Bleach, great, but for Comic and I, it's not an anime that we actually will necessarily praise.
I guess I like it enough to wish that it was better.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, this makes sense, by the way. Alright, so let's move on to the next question before we make even more people mad.
Yeah, great. Here's a neat one from Anime Snowball.
Hey, Anime Snowball, how you doing?
Have either of you two experienced a natural disaster in some shape or form?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. I am pleased to say that I personally have not.
I can't say that I have either. I've been like
at least nothing like death-defying or anything like that.
Here in Pennsylvania, we get like the remnants of a hurricane every once in a while.
Yeah,
but...
there was that one like hurricane that knocked out the power for several days in our neighborhood. I remember my sister and my mother were in Honduras at the time, so it was just my father and I, and like we didn't have power for like over a week. So there we were in the kitchen with like no light, no power, just a few candles rolling around, and we were just eating whatever was left over in our fridge because it was going to go bad by the time the storm subsided.
Yeah.
By the time the power got back on. So yeah, no, that was like years ago too. I remember another case where like we had like probably like the biggest snowstorm of like of the area, but even then it wasn't that bad. But that's pretty much the extent of what we experience when it comes to natural disasters around here. I have been to Honduras, and I have been
maybe in the wake of some natural disasters.
Exactly, but never something like life-threatening, like a volcanic eruption or like a tsunami or an earthquake or nothing like that.
Pennsylvania doesn't really have dangerous weather, just terrible freeze-thaw cycles. So that it's like, we're in the unending winter right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Ooh, this is a hard area to navigate. There we go.
I can't tell because I'm not playing it myself, but that seems, yeah, currents seem rough.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so next question?
Let me look here. I'm looking through the comment section of the episode where we were talking about Fire Emblem a lot, so a lot of this is thoughts on Fire Emblem.
As if we don't talk about that enough.
So, let me see here. Coming from the Dark Seraph.
Alright.
Check out his YouTube channel, by the way. He's got some neat Let's Plays.
Huh.
What is your favorite RPG?
Huh. We were gonna have a conversation about this, aren't we?
I feel like we must have mentioned this, like, playing Xillia one time or something.
Yeah,
Even
but
though
also,
I don't know what
yeah,
my
but
ultimate
also
answer
weird.
is.
Oh man, I missed an item. Maybe we'll get back to it later. But there is that top 50 that we were working on.
Oh yeah, so maybe this isn't a good question for you.
Maybe not entirely, but I can definitely mention one RPG that is universally loved. And again, we did talk about it in our Xillia playthrough. Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I think Chrono Trigger is one of the more solid RPGs in existence.
Yes, that just happened.
That was adorable.
And there we go. We're off to the secret island. But yeah, Chrono Trigger is universally considered one of the best RPGs ever made. Final Fantasy VI is another one that I absolutely adore. If you want to go into a little more obscure, not necessarily obscure, but a little more niche, I suppose you could say, Thousand Year Door. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door
that's
is
a good pick
like
too,
just
yeah.
a fantastic one, like in general. What else? Those are the three that come immediately to mind, in my opinion.
Skies of Arcadia.
Oh, Skies of Arcadia is definitely up there.
If I had to take my weird pick, it would be Batten Kaitos.
Batten Kaitos is definitely a strange one. Not one of mine, personally, but I do appreciate it for what it was. Aw, man, I should have, okay, I see. Okay, game, you played me there. Good on ya.
You got me, game. Also, well, for me, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn is really, really high up there.
Oh, yeah, how could I forget, like, the thing is, like, it's kind of weird to consider Fire Emblem at first because, again, like, it is a, like, it's a tactical RPG. So I do tend to forget that, but in terms of the Fire Emblem series, Blazing Sword's definitely mine. I gotta figure this out.
Yeah, this is a bit, labyrinthian.
I love this music, though.
What would you think if they made a Kirby RPG? I feel like they could do something really neat with a turn-based Kirby RPG.
So long as it's not handled by the same guys that did Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood.
You mean BioWare?
Yeah.
Who makes another one of your favorite RPGs?
Yeah, I know! BioWare, look, I love you guys, but...
No, they put the B team on that one. Let's be honest.
Unfortunately.
You guys were not bringing everything you had on that one. What a treasure ring. Looked like a...
I think that was a treasure rug.
Oh, rug. Okay, sorry, I'm a little bit lislexic.
Funny. Alright, but yeah, in terms of RPGs, like, the ones that immediately come to mind are definitely Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, and Thousand Year Door.
Okay, Kirby turn-based RPG kind of take a lot of thoughts, I'd say, from Paper Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe with more enemies on screen at a time, but like...
Oh no, wrong button.
One of Kirby's abilities could just be to, like, inhale, like, smaller enemies, you'd be able to take a turn to inhale, or take a turn to, like, get rid of the power.
Yeah.
So it'd be all about eating smaller enemies, changing your copy ability, and using those to fight bigger enemies. So the encounters would all be, like, mixes of big enemies you could eat and enemies you couldn't.
That's definitely a thought. Okay, I'm scared to go down there because I don't know if it's a bottomless pit or not.
Gotta take a leap of faith.
I think I'm good. Alright, so next question.
Coming from the Dazzling Shell 101, this is a question you've answered extensively before, but it's been a while. What do you think about Breath of the Wild? You, of course, have your 5-minute reflections on it, but
I do.
It's been a year.
Oh, geez, I didn't know that was... Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm trying to focus here. Breath of the Wild is... Oh, wait, what am I thinking?
You've ruined it!
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you ruined it.
Huh. This is a little strange, not gonna lie. Oh, okay, I see what I gotta do.
This level reminds me of, like, a Yoshi's Island level.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because Goodfield, the company that made this, went on to make,
Yoshi's Woolly
World.
Mm-hmm. Which is, by the way, also a really good game. But, okay, so, I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Breath of the Wild.
Yes, Breath of the Wild.
What are your thoughts on it? Especially now that it's been a year.
Yes, now that it's been a year, I am happy to say that I still love it as much as I did before. It's definitely a game that I've come to appreciate just overall. I think it handles the new genre very well. The main thing about it that just disappointed me was, how do I put it? Was just, I didn't think it handled the story very well.
Same.
The narrative is weak. Not saying that, like, there's not a lot to it, mind you, just... I feel it was poorly handled, especially in terms of how Ganon was handled.
It's as if they knew...
I see what I had to do.
Because you have so much freedom in this game, in Breath of the Wild, and, you know, you can go around, do whatever you want, find whatever you want, and that even includes, like, cutscenes, like things to fill in the backstory, but... It's as if they didn't want people who didn't bother to do that to miss out too much, so all the story you can collect is really just inconsequential.
Basically.
Like, it's just like little... Even when they did this DLC all about the Guardians, like, you did learn... Or, I mean, the champions. You do learn more about the champions, but there isn't really a lot added to them.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you learned about them. There's not much to learn.
Like, especially because the DLC was marketed as, like...
Oh, I messed it up. Wow, this is a very puzzle-based level.
This one's a thinker.
Jeez. Well, I messed that one up completely.
Especially
Alright.
because the DLC was advertised as, like, finally, we're gonna delve more into the champions and
There wasn't
whatever.
much.
And, like, Daruk's just kind of amounts to, like, Daruk was afraid sometimes.
Yeah, like, what was
And,
he
like-
afraid of? He was afraid of dogs, right?
Yeah. Rivali does care what other people think about. Like, it's little stuff like that. Urbosa knew Zelda's mom. Like, there's, like, one tiny little revelation per character. What even is Mipha's? Like, Mipha, I don't know, is strong. Like, we knew that. I like the cutscenes where you get to see them do stuff, but...
I will admit, I very much appreciated Little Sidon.
Little Sidon is...
Little Sidon was adorable.
That is a gift upon mankind, I agree, but...
It doesn't justify the fact that the overall DLC of like, the Champions Ballad of Breath of the Wild was just disappointing at most.
In terms of story, anytime the game wants to do story, it's just, like... I don't know.
It just, like...
Inefficient.
Again, though, like, when it comes to a game, I prefer gameplay over story, and while the ending of Breath of the Wild is what disappointed me the most, I just enjoyed playing through the game overall. Like, they have a lot of potential there, and I do believe that they can make a decent narrative out of it. They just need kind of, like, a little more time and effort into it.
Well, let me ask you this, then.
Yeah?
If the team was working on the next Zelda game right now, would you rather they do a more return-to-form Twilight Princess or Wind Waker-esque Zelda adventure, or would you rather they do Breath of the Wild again, but try to improve upon the plot and stuff?
I personally think I would not mind seeing them do the Breath of the Wild style again. Specifically because, again, I feel there's a lot of untapped potential with Breath of the Wild. I really, really enjoyed the game overall, and you will never change my mind on that. That being
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that being said...
It's just very easy to be critical of, but it's really good.
Exactly, and that's the thing, like, overall, the game is fantastic. It's very well done. What I think they can do to improve is, like, instead of the Divine Beasts, make actual dungeons this time, because we've seen that they can do actual dungeons, hence Hyrule Castle. Hyrule Castle was just fantastic.
That was pretty cool, yeah. It still wasn't a dungeon in the traditional sense, because it, like, didn't have puzzles you had to solve, or anything you particularly needed to do. You just needed to find your way to the center of it.
And even then, like...
But it was a really neat environment.
Exactly. Like, the thing is, it didn't provide puzzles. It provided challenges.
Yeah.
And that's enough for me.
If each of the Divine Beast sections were like that instead, I would have liked it a lot more.
Exactly. Also, give us some unique bosses. I mean, as much as I appreciated the differently elemental blighted Ganons, I don't know, like, it seemed like a bit of a cop-out for me. That's adorable, by the way.
A little kissy fish.
But, like, it did seem like a little bit of a cop-out for me. The only... Of all the bosses that we saw in the Divine Beast, the only one I really enjoyed was Thunderblight.
I really like the game as an experiment of... It's kind of the most open world game I think has ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, its views on exploration, like the design philosophy of it is really good. Like, it encourages you to keep engaging with the game world.
Mm-hmm.
It uses fast travel sparingly. It's not like... I don't know, when you... There's like a natural kind of discovery in it. It's not like in an Assassin's Creed game where you climb a tower and your map just like gets loaded up with little objective points. You actually can look around and be like, oh, look at that. I want to go see what that is.
Oh, absolutely. And again, like, the combat system of Breath of the Wild is amazing. So do more with it. Like, as much as people got frustrated fighting the Lionels, I loved fighting the Lionels.
I really like the Lionels.
Like, the Lionels are an example of, like, how to take that combat concept and do it extremely well. By the way, I'm realizing, guys, this is going to be a long episode, so like, strap in.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, we just started another level where we probably normally would have ended the episode.
Yeah, I guess we're just getting caught in these conversations. Do you want to, like, actually end it off?
I mean, it's your party.
You know what? Long episode for today, guys.
Okay.
So enjoy. But in terms of like the combat of Breath of the Wild, again, I do think they could have done more with it. So let's pair that up with the narrative, guys. For the next game, if you're Nintendo, if you're gonna do the game in this style again, bring back Ganondorf and give us a fight with Ganondorf, similar to how the Lionels behave. Do you realize how amazing that would be to have a true, like a true one-on-one sword fight with the likes of Ganondorf in that combat system?
I was really expecting a, like, human-sized, like, last phase of
Ah!
Oh, the fangly fish. I see how this works. You gotta grab the fangly. Avoid the fangs, grab the
Oh
ends.
no, you know, I think I gotta
Okay, you gotta wait for him to, like, tire himself out.
get tired. It took a
Anglerfish
while,
are-
though.
Anglerfish are crazy.
Yeah. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
It's weird when you're not playing it. Like, I can't tell how hard it is to actually escape that.
It's actually not that hard, so... There we go. Whew! Alright, so, since we're keeping this showboat going, let's go on to the next question.
It's more of a show submarine.
Of course you did.
Here's a question from Ben Aspenson. Hey guys, would you ever consider doing a Breath of Fire game together?
Oh gosh!
That was in response to the Fangly Fish, Ben, not to your question.
Yes. A Breath of Fire playthrough?
Yes. Neither of us, I believe, have ever played Breath of Fire.
No.
That's yet another one on the, like, I wish I had time to play everything, and I don't.
Personally, I don't really have a plan for it. I hear Breath of Fire is, like, a decent game. I'm just gonna skip that. I hear Breath of Fire is a decent game, but it's not a game that I personally am going to really get into all that much.
I'd really like if they released it for Steam. I'd probably...
Yeah,
I'd
I
probably
can
try to find time to play it if it was on Steam.
Yeah, I can definitely agree to that. But yeah, no, Breath of Fire is not on my priority list, unfortunately. Again, if it does appear on Steam or something like that, or gets remade for a console or something like that, then yeah, I'd consider it.
One thing I'll say about what little I know about Breath of Fire, I've seen a lot of the characters that are party members, and it's really... Like, they're all really diverse, like, they're all different races and stuff. Like, one of them is, like... What's the word I'm looking for? I want to say Bevelith, but, What do you call it? Like, not a centaur, but, like, your bottom half is a spider? A drider.
I think it's a Drider.
Yeah.
I remember Zach was playing one of those in, like, a D&D campaign.
That was a great character, too.
That was really cool, too.
But, like, Breath of Wild has, like, one of your party members is a Drider, another one is, like, a, like, fish person, and another one is, like, a little mole person.
They definitely went all out with the races, even more so than the likes of Shining Force.
Yeah, Shining Force was a lot of fun for me to play just because of, like, how different it felt from Fire Emblem. Like, having played so many Fire Emblem games, it was really nice to get something a little different, but still familiar.
I can agree to that. But yeah, Breath of Fire is... I guess you could say it's on my to-do list, but it's not on my to-do list to do anytime soon.
Another RPG I'd really like to get into, a long-standing franchise, is Suikoden.
That's another one that I don't really feel I'm all that interested in, to be honest. For anyone who wants to have an answer to that one. But yeah, I hear Suikoden is good. For me, it's not. No one has really convinced me to actually give it a go.
What made me first think about it is while doing research for weapons months, there's always like a ton of interesting weapon characters from Suikoden.
That's what I think I remember you mentioning that, actually.
A main character from one of the games uses tonfas, I think.
Yeah. Although there is a character in, but then again, there's a character in Dynasty Warriors for every flavor.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I can think of characters that use tonfas, but getting 10 good ones...
That is true.
I mean, if you want me to get 10, I could, but they won't all be good ones. The list would come out very, like, these were the only 10 I could think of.
Yeah, I love how, like, we go on our, like, on the comment section of my channel, and it's, like, looking through the comments, and, like, people suggest these these weapons, but it's solely because they wanted to talk about a certain character. Like, people suggest nunchucks. You know they wanted to talk about Maxie.
Yeah, or that girl from Killer Instinct.
Kim Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, not that that's a bad thing, mind you.
No, that's great.
Alright, so, now that we've gone through that, I'm not gonna ask for another question. Like, I'm getting into this, mind you, but, yeah. Let's go ahead and end things off here. So, thank you guys for joining us for this rather long episode of Let's Play Kirby's Epic Yarn. I'm the Green Scorpion.
I'm the ComicFoil.
And in the next episode...
Octopus Nook. It's bigger on the inside. I really, really like octopuses.
I remember you mentioning this too.
I am on a thing right now with octopuses.
You're on a thing with dinosaurs, you're on a thing with elephants, now octopuses,
Yeah.
octopi.
It is actually... I had to struggle with this for a little while. The correct English word is octopuses or octopods.
Octopods?
Yeah, because a lot of people think it's octopi because that's how most words in English would work if they ended in puss, but octopus is not Latin, which is what uses that. The word octopus is Greek, therefore it should end in pods if you're using the Greek, so it should be octopodes, or octopuses if you're just using the plain English. So you had to either use octopuses, use octopi and be wrong, or use octopodes and have the person you're talking to be like, what?
Well,
But you're correct, but then you have to explain yourself, so it's kind of gonna save time just to say octopi. But I think octopuses is like the right kind of compromise.
alright, well, there's your lesson for the day, everybody.
I put
The
a lot of
English
thought
language
into
is
this.
weird.
I put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, like, that's not the real lesson. The real lesson is that the English language is weird and stupid.
You know what's really interesting? That comic thinks that's interesting.
We'll see you guys next time.
More like epic long.
No!